Damon here with NLP Gem. The importance of hypnosis and going into trance. Before I go into that, if you haven't already, please subscribe to this YouTube channel, and if you like this video, please click like right down there. Hypnosis. I'm not going to go into like a huge definition of what hypnosis is. That's easy enough to find out on Google or whatever. But why is it important? That's what I want to focus on here. I do a lot of NLP, and I tend to do more NLP and not so much hypnosis. But I came to Trance Camp because I know that without a good balance of hypnosis, my NLP skills will suffer and my understanding of NLP will suffer. Put that another way, the more I learn about hypnosis, the more I learn about trance, the more I understand NLP better. Today, we had an extraordinary exercise that Steve gave to us, and it was mainly done somatically. And what I mean by somatically, that the way we were communicating what we were experiencing was through a movement or a gesture. And this is really important because sometimes you can't figure it out up here. You can't figure out your problems and how to solve them all up here. You have to go somewhere else. You have to go to the unconscious to get out of that the consciousness that is causing the problem. You step out of that and go into the unconscious. That's the importance of trance, is getting out of the stuckness. And the stuckness can only happen in consciousness. The unconscious, there is no stuckness. It's just free floating, where all of your resources are, and where you have access to all your resources, whether you know it or not. That's why it's called the unconscious. Going into trance allows you to get out of that conscious stuckness and that conscious mold, so that you can then access the unconscious, where you have access to those resources, and then you can bring them back in. What happened to me today was extraordinary. We had to create a somatic model for what we wanted to accomplish or bring into our lives. It's fine. And so by doing that, we had to create a somatic model of what we wanted to create in the world. So for me, that model was something that looked like this. It was a somatic gesture. That's what made me feel like the thing that I wanted to accomplish. And I don't even have to go into the content of what it was I wanted to accomplish, because that was the language we were using. Then we had to go to what was stopping us. What was the thing that's holding you back? And this is that vulnerability, that part of you that is scared, the part of you that hesitates. And I dropped down deep inside, and that for me was like this. It was a gesture like this, and there was a little bit of movement, but it was like frustrated movement. It was hesitation, it was fear. And so then you create a model, a somatic gesture that incorporates both. How do you protect that vulnerability and at the same time go out there and really accomplish and bring into the world what it is you want to bring into the world? So that looked something like this for me. And I'd alternate, protecting that vulnerability and moving forward. And then we walk that along our timeline. And this is very trance-like. We set it up right from the beginning, the exercise, where you kind of go into a trance to get ready for it. And then it helps you access the somatic gestures even better. And then you walk it down your timeline. You choose a spot on your timeline in the future exactly where you think you're going to be challenged in bringing this in. And so I picked a spot on my timeline. It was in front of me, and I walked this through. And as I got there, I realized there was more to this. I realized that it was more than just what I thought. The incident, not the incident, but the experience that I was going to have in the future of bringing this in, there was something beyond that. And I didn't know what it was, and I couldn't put words to it. So I kept walking the timeline forward with this gesture. And I don't even know what happened. I suddenly had this overwhelming feeling. My body tingled. There was sadness, there was loss, there was letting go. And then it was replaced by something, I can't even put words to it. It was something incredible. And it gave me everything that I needed to feel certain that I could do this, whatever it was, because I wasn't even sure what it was. It was a really overwhelming to the point where I couldn't really talk. And then I walked it back on my timeline, and then it took me a good 15 to 20 minutes to settle into that. So something was resolved. I don't even know what it is, but that could not have happened in language. That could not have or verbal language. That could not have happened in my head. It could have only come through the body, and that would have only been achieved through going through trance. Again, the importance of going in trance is getting out of the stuckness of the conscious mind and getting into the other parts of you that you're not aware of. And by stepping out of the consciousness, you can then access those resources that you're unaware of and bring them into consciousness. If you haven't already, please check out our website, nlp-gym.com, and follow us on Facebook, and like I said, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Take care.